We're really an analyzer. A lot of people like the term curation these days, but what we do is we don't aggregate. We go out and we take a look at a story from hundreds of different angles and pull them together into short 2 to 3 minute video clips and show you a story from anything ranging from how maybe the China Daily covered it to the BBC to Fox News to CNN, and we point out the differences in the way that stories are covered. The real value is that we try to make you smarter faster. It's fantastic that you can go to Google News and type in something like Libya no-fly zone and you can get 15,000 articles back or 15,000 news sources about that. The question is that do you still keep going to the same news sources that you usually go to, or do you really go out there and discover? But even more importantly, computers can't really tell you the differences that occurred in the reporting, and that's one of the things that we're able to do. So we're able to show you that maybe the way that something like Fox Business News covered a story maybe versus how the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times covered maybe a financial story are different.
You do about 15 stories a day, I understand? So tell me how you set the editorial agenda and how you go about creating these packages and how it works.
Yeah, it's a mix. There's always the good old editorial gut and editorial instinct. But there's also a number of trending technologies out there that can tell you what people are searching on. You can even just go to some of the tools that Google or Yahoo or other companies provide in terms of what's trending upwards and what's happening. And then finally, there's always stories that just happen to kind of lend themselves to video. We look at all sources. We look at video and we look at text and we look at audio. But there's ones that just kind of lend themselves to video as well. So we'll assign a story to a producer. A producer will pitch it to us. They'll go out and they'll spend at least an hour or two looking at hundreds of different sources, taking a look at how the story is being covered, seeing what's really different, seeing what's similar between the coverage. They pull that together. They write a script. There's transcripts that come with each one of our videos. And then they produce it. The anchor goes into the studio, voices it. We cull it together in Final Cut Pro, encode it, and ship it to either our iPhone or our iPad, our Android, our website. We publish about 7 platforms simultaneously now.
So the videos, you kind of use a screen capture software, I suppose, or do you DVR them, or how do you get the materials organized?
Yeah, there's a variety of different things. I mean, there's all sorts of technologies that allow you to capture video off of the web. Snaps is one. There are also sophisticated DVR technologies like Snapstream or another. But a lot of it is really focusing on the content, really trying to see what's different between the reporting. There's also a lot of transcripts that you can read. There's all sorts of technologies that we've kind of culled together to make it a lot more efficient for our staff. I would say that our clips run on the average between maybe 2.5 up to 4 minutes. Usually 3 is the sweet spot. And we usually try to emphasize at least 4 to 6 sources so that you can get a stronger appetite for what's out there. Some of the sources are included because they might have a very, very unique perspective or a unique angle or unique video that's different than others. Other ones, can sometimes almost establish the overview of the story, so it gives you context coming out of the gate. We use basically any what we call credible news source in the world, and as you know, blogs and things like Beat TV are now very credible news sources, and it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't grab one of your clips. But we look at all of the sources from around the world. We do attribution in our videos. We also create a button called Sources in our apps, as well as links above the video player back to the sources that we feature. We use the smallest amount just to be able to get to the essence of things. And then in our transcripts, we also include a link back to the sources that we highlight as well. We think that there's a great opportunity for source discovery that's there, and it's also a great opportunity for people to see a whole bunch of different perspectives, a format and a language that's been part of blogging and text for a long time. Our real emphasis is on apps. We think that when you say the words mobile video news right now, that we want to be the brand that jumps to your mind in the next couple of years as you really start to see video grow even more than it has in mobile. We think that the web is a fantastic platform, and it's a platform that we need to distribute across. But the great emphasis that we have right now is really on the iPhone, the iPad, Android. We also have BlackBerry, Intel Atom, and a few other platforms, but we really see the play in mobile. We're one of the few kind of organic, endemic mobile apps out there that has already started to monetize itself. A lot of the others are growing and growing quickly as we are, but they haven't really started to turn on the monetization yet. So we're running pre-roll ads through a couple of partners that we work with. Transpera, which was recently acquired by Tremor, does our video on our iPad. Rhythm Media does our video on our iPhone, and then we also work with Google to do our video on our Android. And it's really important to kind of have a spread play across these different platforms because it's very early in video advertising. We found ways to make this work. They're mostly 15 to 20 second pre-roll ads. We also have buttons and banners. But we're also learning how to cycle the ads and where to put the ads based on the lengths of the clips. So we're learning a lot and kind of pioneering in that space.
Newsy, multiple sources, the real story.